Hello YouTube, RJ. Today we're going to be looking at another project, another ham project, another fox hunting project. I bought a new device from a company called Bionex, which is a popular fox hunting electronic controller, radio controller for foxes. I bought a Bfoxcon. Now, what we've got here is we've got the Bfoxcon. We've got my Baofeng GT-5R over here, charging up, it's fully charged. This doesn't have the standard battery. Sorry about the reach, but here's the standard battery. It's 1800 milliamp hours. What my Baofeng has in it at the moment is an extended battery. This is the extended battery. This is the regular battery. It actually extends the radio to be a little longer, a little more hefty, more of a bigger radio feel. But instead of being 1800, it's 3800 milliamp hours, so it's over twice the size of the standard battery. For fox hunting, you would need this for time anyway, but the real reason we need it is that this battery has a connector right here. And this little controller plugs in to get power from right there. So that gives it a place to conveniently get power off the radio while also giving you the operation time that you need. Now this box is going to be what all this is going to fit in when I'm done. When I'm done with this, I intend to 3D print a holder to put this in with a little bit of foam to pad it a little to hold this, and I'm going to bring a external antenna connection out and put the antenna on the external. So this will be watertight. There's a seal on this. It'll be watertight. Enough room in there for the heat. Plastic, it's not a good insulator, so the heat should be able to get out without too much problem. So this will be my actual Fox with the radio in it. I put a sticker on here, the typical warning, this is a radio transmitter, leave it alone. But what's nice about this little kit is this circuit board replaces your belt clip. You take the belt clip off and use those screws to attach it. You plug it in and you've got a complete, neat, ready to go unit, all in one little package. So that's what we're doing today. Shouldn't be too hard. Putting it together is easy enough. Comes with a programming cable. It comes pre-programmed, but you end up having to change the programming to put your call sign, and if you want to change how long this little controller will do everything from, run continuous to run for a minute and then wait for 2 minutes, and it can wait. You can tell it to wait. Don't start for an hour. I'll turn you on. You wait an hour, then you start. You can control it remote control with tones. Very neat. But first step's putting it on, which is really straightforward. Seems like just the other day I put this clip on this radio, and now I'm taking it off. And I want the screws out. And those screws will be what mounts our Fox controller onto the radio. Get this one started. And man, that was a tough project right there. I think this was the toughest one I've done yet. Do that. Plug the little power cord into here after you plug this in here. So this plug goes into the Baofeng. Turn the Baofeng on. Let's put a frequency that we use for fox hunting. Okay. Now, supposedly, and I'm going to grab my other radio. I've put my Yaesu, turn the volume way down. I'll set it over here. and plug this in, and within a few seconds, supposedly, this thing will do its thing. There's a light blinking. There it goes. That's what I'm receiving. Now, I'm not sure what the default config is set up, how often it goes off. Oh, there you go. Pretty quick. Okay, so let's turn this off. So it was that easy. We just built a fox hunting transmitter. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up the USB cable that came with it. There's little pins on here that you plug in here, hook it to a computer, and there's a little piece of software. The manuals here walks you through configuring it. There's a whole lot of settings. You can put in what you want the Morse code ID to be, how fast you want it to run, what tone. That musical note you heard was this. You can change that if you choose. Here's your tone speed, duration, loop time, initial delay, which you can set for it to delay for thousands of seconds. This is the utility to program it, so you have to pick the COM port that it's on, and you can, read it, write it. But there's a lot of settings, as you can see. One of the neat things about this is it's not in this little rundown of the program, but this can be controlled remotely with another radio, and it can be set up to where you can use tones and DTMF tones from your keypad to actually change settings and stuff. So it's a really, really neat unit. But my big question is going to be, how long will it run on this 3800 milliamp hour battery? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and program it with my call, set it all up, and I've got a dummy load over here, and I'm going to connect this up so that I'm not polluting the airwaves, just testing. And I'm going to fire this thing off, and I'm going to time how long it'll run on that. So before I start that test, I'm going to drop it back in the charger, give it time to charge up. So when I come back, it'll be charged back up, topped off. We'll be starting the test. So let me run over and do a little programming. I'll be right back. As you can see, we're testing the box. Got on low power, 146,595. Got my little Yaesu D70 over here. He's 146,595 also. And you can hear the foxes running. Got it hooked in the dummy load. I'm picking that up from the dummy load. That way I'm not driving everybody crazy, far out, tying up a simplex frequency. But as you can see, it's going up on 7.5 hours. It's been running from a full charge. Pulled it off the charger this morning, turned it on. It's been running. So this is going to be a multi-day event because this is on the 1 watt. We're looking at going, I'm not sure. At the moment we look like we have about 2 battery bars left, so half battery. We could run late into the night. So obviously time's not going to be a problem on a 1 watt. Once this is done, I'll drop in the charger, completely charge it overnight, get it full again. We'll try it on the 4 watt. We'll see how long it goes on the 4 watt. I think the 4 watt is probably going to be very doable also for a 2-hour fox hunt. So we'll see, and we'll have the numbers then. Okay, how did we make out on our test? Well, I'm putting the numbers up on the screen now. As you can see, on the low 1 watt power output, we made 9 hours and 13 minutes. We recharged and moved to the higher output. At 4 watts, we got 5 hours and 17 minutes. So that should be long enough for any fox hunt. With just this extended battery, the time is plenty to do a fox hunt on either power. We're good to go. Now we just got to get this thing boxed up in a case to protect it. We'll be right back. Okay, well, we finished up our fox hunting transmitter. And you've probably noticed that I originally had decided to use a box that I changed my mind on. I decided to go a little different. I found this box on Amazon. It was just about the perfect size. It has a carrying handle, which makes it very nice. It has locking ability. You can put padlocks on it, which, when you're hiding a fox transmitter, it'd be nice to lock it up. And my thought is I'm going to put 2 of these padlocks and a bike cable so that literally I can put it around a fence post, a tree, whatever, and lock it, so I don't have to worry if we leave it unattended. We don't have to worry about someone finding it and taking it or whatever. Notice that we've got our required badging. This is pretty standard language you find all over the internet for fox hunting transmitters. It lets people know not to worry, this isn't a bomb, don't mess with it, that there are federal regulations on messing with transmitters, and gives my call sign and phone number, which I know I blurted out. Sorry about that, for obvious reasons. So the reason I went with this case is because you can open it up to get to the transmitter, and that allows you to easily turn it on, turn it off, change frequency, whatever you need to do. Pull it out to charge it or whatever. It's got a external SMA connector out for the antenna. I'm going to put one of the antennas that you'll see me building in the coming video. And you may see later a slight difference, and that is I'm probably going to change these out to BNC connectors. And the reason for that is I've changed my handhelds and everything else to BNC connectors. And that way I'll just be universal across anything. I can change, just flop in and out of equipment. So I'll probably make that change, but that's a pretty minor change. This is one of these cases you just pluck the foam out. One thing I did do, if you notice, is I opened the foam up all the way down to the bottom in most areas around the radio. I opened up around the sides for the majority of the radio. The top here, if you can see in this view here, is all the way to the plastic. And you might wonder why I did that. Well, it's not to keep from pushing buttons. That's not going to be a problem. The problem is I wanted to make sure that some heat could escape. Foam's a pretty good insulator. These things do generate a little bit of heat. Not bad, but they do generate some heat. This lets the heat get to the plastic, which is a very poor insulator, and will let the heat radiate out from the box. And so that's the reason I did that. It also makes it easy to reach in and get it in and out. So that's why I did that. This has worked out very well. This label, I printed on some label material I've used quite a lot over the years. It is weatherproof Avery labels. Designed to go on packages and get wet and such. You print it on a laser printer so that this is plastic being laid down, and that way the moisture, water, little rain gets on it, doesn't hurt it. Wonderful labels, work very well. Be rugged is the case. This will keep water off of it. You put it out, don't worry about a little bit of rain or dew or mist or whatever. So that's it. And I'll put links for this case if anyone decides they want to use that. And I'll put what label these are if anyone wants to use the same label on other projects like I do. Happy hunting. The next video that we do in this series will be actually video of our fox hunt, which is coming up in about 4 weeks. I'll get some video of the fox hunt. We'll see how we do. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video.